Discussion, roll call vote.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Howard.
Yes.
Steve Sebastian,
Yes.
Josie Shattuck. Here. Gwen Violet.
Here.
Motion carried.
All right, next is Cub Scout Pack 156. Will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Audience, please rise. Color guard, present the colors. Color guard, post the colors.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Grab a cookie on your way out. Before we get to further participation, we have presentation tonight. Mrs. Modal.
Yeah, an abbreviated one than the last couple of months, but nonetheless, we have our cheer coaches here, Miss Chaplin and Miss Mancini, and members of our cheer squad. So I'm going to have them actually stand for the couple of minutes that we're talking about them. So can I have our cheer squad and coaches stand? You know, prior to the pandemic, we actually struggled to form a cheer squad. There were years where we didn't have student participation or we had a difficult time finding a coach. Post-pandemic, we've had a lot of student interest, and we want to give accolades to our coaches because we couldn't be doing this without you. So much interest from our student body that actually next year I think we're going to split our squad into a 5th, 6th squad and a 7th, 8th squad. This will not only give more opportunity for students to participate, but it'll also give another opportunity for our 5th graders to participate in an athletic program. Last December, there was a conference competition, which was an inaugural conference competition, and they got to go ahead and perform during that competition and won an award for their choreography, right? So congratulations. They were also given a lot of high praise from the judges, verbal feedback. That was very great to hear, well received, and so they put in a lot of work, thanks to all the time that they spent practicing and with the leadership of our coaches. So we brought them here tonight to just really give them a round of applause, and then we have a video of their competition performance we'd like to share with you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Say the name!
Really successful season for our cheerleading squad, so we just wanted to bring you here tonight and say congratulations, and we look forward to next year as well. So thank you for being here.
Good job.
You were in the NPR when I'm practicing, and you were this close to inviting me to join the squad. And after watching that, you made a wise move in not doing that. Seriously, well done. Nice job.
Good job. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Prairie.
Rory,
Good
where are
thought.
you? I like a good challenge. You could do it. I know you could.
Jump off a trampoline and do like a flip or something.
You'd be like Will Ferrell in old school.
All right. Nobody
Okay.
on that you want to do.
I don't have anything. Thank you.
Back to reading stuff.
Yeah, you should.
What you thought? I just threw it up. Members of the audience are encouraged to make comment, ask questions of board consistent with board policy 2-230. Please identify yourselves. Limit the presentation to 3 minutes. I see no one is listed, so we will move on to administrative reports.
So admin reports are in your board packet. I do want to highlight a few things from my report before I do that. Are there any questions for the other admin members that are here tonight from the board? Anything in any of their reports? Anything that anybody wants us to highlight that I didn't bring up earlier when we talked? Nothing? Question?
Technology report was referenced to some access control and stuff upgrades. Did we ever do that audit in the summer and have that taken care of when we were doing the wing? We were gonna audit like all the access control in the building to make sure that it was all functioning and.
We have been, yes, the access, door access, things of that nature?
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole building is.
The whole building needs to be upgraded, yes. We've looked at multiple vendors and we haven't found the solution yet that we we're comfortable with, but that is one of our plans to do that this coming summer to
It's all,
hopefully upgrade
the
all.
current stuff is up, it's all working.
Yes, as far as I know, it is working currently.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, because when we did the addition, obviously there was a vendor on site adding
Yes,
access control.
correct.
And I think we said we were gonna audit the building and fix anything that wasn't working before school started.
We did, and we discovered some things about our current system based on how it's a dated technology, and it doesn't allow us the flexibility that we wanted to have. So, which is why we're looking at removing it and going to a different system, a whole new platform. Because right now the controllers, each one controls 2 different doors, and so it's hard to program you want one door to be open and one door to be closed, you don't get that option. Either be both open or both closed. So and it is an issue. We do have some doors we currently have disabled the access cards just due to their location and accessibility and issues we have with those doors. And it has caused some issues and some angst. But we hopefully will rectify that this coming summer. All right.
One question in the report.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a whole bunch of laws and stuff listed in there that were.
All good
new.
things.
Okay, I didn't know if there's anything worth mentioning.
Oh, they're all worth mentioning. That's why I picked a good voice. I will hit a couple of those. Jesse with the gym heat is back working operational, which was good. That happened in December and over the break that all of us reinstalled. I want to remind the board that we have a special meeting on February the 2nd for the bid openings for the renovations that are out to bid currently. We have in my report, we have copies of the school calendars for the next 2 years. In past, we've tried to do 2-year calendars to have parents know what the schedule is going to be like for the next 2 years out. Having some difficulty getting the high school and feeder districts to agree to holidays for the 24-25 calendar. So next month, I'm only going to bring to you the 23-24 calendar for approval, since that's the one we currently can agree on as a group. We try to match the holiday breaks as best we can for families that have both kids in the elementaries and high schools. And we'll get to an agreement on 04, 05, 24, 25. Just we're not there yet. So we have draft calendars, but the group hasn't agreed to the breaks yet. So
And you gave us 3, correct? So we're looking, is that what they're kind of mulling over, those 3, or those are just our 3?
those are our 3 based on the different iterations that we've been discussing as a group. We'll give you a more definitive calendar next. We're only going to get one. Those are the 3 options that we gave to the admin team, that we gave to the associations to look at and review. I'm going to bring you one final one next month. Those are the 3 that we're looking at currently. There was no change to the phase 1. We had no bills submitted last month for that phase 1. It is 99.2% finished. That's a random number, but there's just a few things in the punch list that we can't get done yet, but they will be done soon. When it comes to the new laws that took effect mid-year, the ones that have immediate impact on us, we did the TRS SSP auto enrollment. We made that resolution in the fall. We had to have that in play by January 1 for staff. We did that. The other things that are on there for employment, personnel, those are all behind the scenes things that really don't affect day-to-day operations. The cafeteria was already not using latex gloves, so that wasn't an issue for us. We're not charging students that were considered homeless fees. That wasn't an issue. The civic event attendance excuse is a new one. So if there's somebody out there in your House Bill 5488 in middle school or high school can attend a civic event, you get a day off school to attend a civic event. Mental health support days are also now on the books and have been utilized. It's interesting when these things get added, they're all excused, but you're still days you're not here. And when students are not here, it does pose challenges to instruction. It does eventually affect learning and things of that nature. So we do want to caution folks. We recognize the importance of those. We also want to make sure that they're making sure the students are here on a regular basis. The ones for the board and school business. The additional board training, that'll be out later this year. The new trauma-informed standards for board members and leaderships, that'll be out, I'm sure, when the next board cycle comes through in April after the elections. I'm sure that'll be contained as part of the school board's trainings for board members. Other things so those are the major ones. Like I said, these are not things that we are super concerned about at this point in time. That there's legislation that was up in the House and the Senate here during the late duck session that we had concerns about. There was an amendment to the sex ed bill that took away school district options. We sent in 500 letters. I was one of the senators that said, do not pass that. You should keep local control on that. I didn't hear today if it had been called or not, but the new session starts tomorrow. So today was their last day to pass that, and I haven't yet looked to see if that passed. Any other questions about my report? All right, Zach.
Right. May I have a motion to consider approval of second reading and adoption of board policy press 110, additions, deletions, changes? So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
There
These
were
are
no-
just all, yeah.
Yeah, there were no changes from last month's first reading.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion passed. That's it. All right, may I have a motion to consider second reading and adoption of additions and or modifications to job descriptions?
So moved.
Second. Discussions?
These are all presented to you last month as first readings. They've already been proofed and read through by the associations. And they're ready for approval and adoption.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. This takes us to new business. Motion to consider approving the consent agenda, which includes truth and taxation hearing, regular and executive session minutes from December 13th, 2022, special meeting minutes from December 19th, 2022, bills payable, treasurer's report, quarterly financial and investment reports, designation of executive session minutes from April 12th, May 5th, May 10th, June 14th, July 12th, and August 9th of 2022, and destruction of verbatim recordings from October 13th, November 10th, December 8th, 2020, January 12th, February 9th, and March 9th of 2021. So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call vote?
Steve Sebastian,
Yes.
Josie Shattuck,
Yes.
Gwen Violet,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Housh.
Yes.
Motion carried.
May I have a motion to approve resolution 2023-01 to permanently transfer $606,750 from Education Fund 10 to Debt Service Fund 30.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Can you talk about this?
Of course.
Very much.
So each year, the board has abated the bond payments. So we need to make a move to transfer the money from one of the operating funds into debt service fund 30 to make that payment. That payment is due February the 1st. So we typically make that large transfer in January. So I gave you two different resolutions because there are two bonds. The first one is the GO refunding bond, the 2013. That's the $606,000 one. That would be the last payment of that bond. It would be over with. And the 497, which would be the next motion item on the agenda, was for the principal and interest for the alternate bonds for 2021.
Roll call vote?
Josie Shattuck,
Yes.
Gwen Violet,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Housh,
Yes.
Steve Sebastian.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have a motion to approve resolution 2023-02 to permanently transfer $497,687.51 from Education Fund 10 to Debt Service Fund 30. So moved.
Second.
Discussion? How many years was this one?
20.
And the last one was year 20.
The last one had been refunded, so it wasn't full. It wasn't a full 20 years on the last one. It was refunded in 2013.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Gwen Violet,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Hausch,
Yes.
Steve Sebastian,
Yes.
Josie Shattuck,
Yes.
motion carried.
May I have a motion to approve resolution 2023-03 to appoint the superintendent to prepare the 2023-2024 tentative budget?
So moved.
Discussion.
So the law states that you need to designate someone to do that. In the past, it's been the superintendent or CFO. And since you only have one of those at this point in time, that is your action there. You make the motion and we'll start working on next year's budget. We've already passed the levy. That was done at the end of last year. And now we'll start working on the framework for the budget for next school year.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the first reading and adoption of additions and or modifications to job descriptions? I'll second. Discussion.
So when we weren't quite done with them last month, when we gave you first reading, we still had some that were out. And so these are two that weren't quite ready for first reading last month. Finalized, now ready for the first reading, so you'll see these again next time for the second reading.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Before you go to the last item on the agenda, for the audience's benefit, we are down a board member tonight. We were notified Friday that Mark Butler was stepping down off the board. He's moved out of district. So the board we've notified the Regional Office of Education as we're required to within 5 days of the notification of resignation. And the board will appoint someone, I'm assuming in time for the special board meeting on February the 2nd. And when the board's ready to do that, they'll make that known what that's going to look like.
Anyone have anything else before? Sure. All right, we have a motion to adjourn at 7:22 PM. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.